All right, everyone. I think I'm about as ready as I'm going to get here. Let's see. Got some caffeine. Got some chocolate. Great way to start a night. There we go. Get things situated here on my desk. About as good as it's going to get. And as always, I'm going to bring the music down some here. There we go. Okay. Just bring this down and yeah, I'll bring this music to an end there. There we go. About as good a time as any to get going here. Been a very busy but productive day. I get my desk cleared out here. And not only busy and productive, but I also learned a number of things about sports cards. Let me go ahead and start my camera here and do this, and then I'll do that right there. There we go. Now, as always, I want to thank you all for joining me tonight, whether live, lurking, or on replay. So there I was going through some trading cards, and I found some mystery trading cards, and inside them were some old, what I thought were old sports cards, but apparently they're not old enough. I took some of these to a card shop the next town over, and of course, being a complete noob with sports cards, I walk in a sports card shop and say something like, do you deal with sports cards here? Being completely oblivious to all the sports memorabilia hanging around amongst all the Pokemon and whatnot and bobbleheads that the guy was also selling in his shop. But nonetheless, it was like I walk in, show them what I have, say, yeah, these are just some old cards I had. I had no idea what they came from. Said, oh, yeah, unfortunately, they're not worth anything. He said, the most expensive or most valuable card I have here is this Michael Jordan card. This is a McDonald's set of cards, like most of these here. 1994 or some such thing. This guy here goes for a whopping $5. Yeah, if I could get somebody to give me $5 for this, I could get myself a really good hamburger. Not the combo meal, but maybe just a really good hamburger. Pretty much the same thing for all these cards here. I mean, the way he was describing sports cards in the early 90s really made me think of comic books from the early 90s. There were so many of them printed that they just aren't worth anything. He told me some of the trading card packs were mass-produced, stuffed in cereal boxes, such as these postcards. And he says there's so many of them out there that you can find whole packs unopened, and I just opened this pack like moments ago because I have no idea who these people are. I have no idea what teams. Well, I guess I could find out what teams they are, but I just don't care. No, honestly, it's that sort of thing. I look at these sports cards and I find myself thinking, this is a lot like comic books from that same era. There's so many of them produced that they just don't have any value. Oh, these, of course, are not 90s. These are, what are these? Late 80s? Something? Something like that. Now, anyway, as I chatted with the trading card shop owner, some, or he was just telling me all kinds of neat things about trading cards from the 80s and 90s, and he said that period of time from like 84 to 94, everything was just incredibly mass produced, and they just have no value. They're like 5 cents, 10 cents, $2 or $3, $5. And like this Michael Jordan one was $5, but yay. You learn something new every day. And of course, here I am, a comic book guy, making the comparison to like, I just told him somehow I'm not really surprised by that. As we were talking about things being mass produced, I'm going like, well, it's just like comic books. So yeah, that was my educational moment for the day. As I look for a clean spot on my desk or around my desk to put these two, as I dig into, oh, now I have to reach up over my webcam. All right. Now, there I was earlier today when I got done doing stuff I had to take care of, tearing my house upside down, looking for comic books and magazines and such, not really finding what I was looking for, but I found practically everything else. Oh, right off the bat. Hello, Lemon Pie. Very cool to see you here tonight. Let's see, what do I have? Got some loose action figures here. I've got some kind of crazy catapult toy that I know. I got a little green guy here. Green guy, you're going to go for a ride. As I kind of aim. Where am I aiming? Oh, he flew a little bit. Almost flew across my desk as I was looking at a very expensive camera lens I do not want to hit. But let's try this again. So yeah, I was tearing my house apart. Well, not really. Looking for comic books and magazines and whatnot, thinking, wee! Now we got some airtime there. That's good. As he flew across my desk over my XLR cable and my microphone and landed right on top of some other worthless sports cards. I have absolutely no idea where this thing came from. It's got a nice layer of dust or two. I figure it has to do with some kind of tabletop game. It's those things you acquire over the years. You just don't know where they came from. And then this guy takes me back. Yeah, nice distance on the catapult. This is a multicolor ink pen that takes me back to elementary school, I guess, grade school when I was much younger. Lemon Pie says, "Oh, I remember those pens. Yes, yes. Everyone knows those 4-color ink pens, but this guy, I think, is a 10-color. as it's making that squeaky plastic noise that squeaky plastic makes. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 ink pens there. They are probably long dried up. And there's empty spots for 1, 2, 3, 4 more. As I carefully, this does not, I was carefully putting this back together. Now I am surprised it still functions, honestly. And I got a piece of paper here someplace. Did I try it off camera? Yeah. Just trying it. This has got to be like 40 some odd years old. I have no idea. I'm looking it over for any markings, any dates on it, and I am seeing nothing. It's just one of those things you find when you start cleaning up your house and you stop in your tracks. You stop right then and there and find yourself thinking, man, I haven't seen this in multiple decades. It takes me back, brings back memories. Yeah, that's kind of neat. Then I found R2. Well, actually, there we go. I was sharing this on another stream, and I thought, well, I might want to do something with these. Here's the land speeder. Very, very dusty. The land speeder is going to get a cleaning. Like I made a joke on the thumbnail for the video. Welcome to Dusty Han's Slightly Used Vehicles. As I find yet another clean spot to move things around. R2 goes to the side. Han Solo goes to the side. The land speeder will go to the side. And as oops, what am I doing here? Will this fit? Will my, and it just cleared my desk cam. Yes, the Vader case. Ugh. So I have got a dirty stormtrooper. Who is this? Snaggletooth, Princess Leia, C-3PO. Look at that. And Obi-Wan with, I believe, this can't be the right lightsaber for him. Obi-Wan or Ben Kenobi. Got everybody's favorite assassin droid, IG-88, Bounty Hunter, Chewbacca. There's Chewie. For some reason, I have multiple C-3POs. I don't know why. Maybe it was like hanging out with friends at the time, and we were all looking at different toys. And here's good old Darth Vader, and his lightsaber is missing. Got the cloak on it. His vinyl cloak. I think I read someplace that there were multiple versions of Darth Vader. One with kind of a cloth cloak, and then one with a vinyl cloak. Got Bosk, got Luke Skywalker Bespin, Imperial Snow Speeder, Han, Hoth Battle Gear. Got where Where's this guy going? This is a medical droid. Bespin Security Force. Oh, yeah, Yoda. There's Yoda. I'm not seeing where Yoda goes. Have I just gone blind all of a sudden? Or well, I'll call Yoda Sand People for now. I have... how many Boba Fett's do I have? I have multiple two Boba Fett's, two X-Wing Luke Skywalkers, one IG-88, Death Star droid, the Power droid, right? And there's the ones that always walk around going gonk, gonk. Busk. Luke, Greedo, Princess Leia. Well, I am at a loss. I'm going to call this guy Rebel Snow Soldier. Oops. A medical droid. The arms that pop out, even when you don't want it to pop out. All right. Got the little claw hand. The head pops up and down. Yay. All right. Oh, and of course, R2. Either my microphone is in the way or I have just gone blind where Jawa. There's C-3PO. Odd. All right. R2, you are now R5. Then good old Han Solo. Ah. So I got that. Oh, I have not looked at these in decades. I am really amazed that I've managed to keep this for so many years. And all the little toys and accessories. This is crazy. So all the things I was keeping up with, I'm truly surprised to hear people go on and on about Dune 2, the next Dune movie. Glad to hear people saying that it's a great movie. That's kind of a relief to hear that. Yeah, dust all over. Well, that's definitely one movie I'm going to check out. Hoping to see it in the theaters. If I can't get to a theater to check out Dune, I'm just going to have to wait for it to come on streaming. What is that? What am I trying to get out of here? These little bits of plastic are so small. I almost need like tweezers or something to get this guy out. Okay. He is staying put. No. All right, there it is. All that work to get this little bit of plastic out, and I have no idea what this goes to. All right, go and go back there. This looks like Han has a couple of blasters. One of these was a Stormtrooper blaster, Big rifle could be Boba Fett's. But here is Han and his blaster. So that's neat. Yeah, when you are a pack rat and you keep everything over the years, some slight discoloration on the Boba Fett's. The missiles do not come out, but I didn't think they would. Anyway, as mind-blowing as that is, I'm going to set this aside so I can make room. Another crazy thing I found. As I turn it over on its back so my camera can catch it. Let's see. I think somewhere a spring has sprung and the legs do not function like they used to. When you see this, of course, the small Scout Walker, which has seen better days. Yeah, you got top hatch, the whole thing flips up. You got the cannon. Lots of little pieces. And it feels, nothing feels off about it, but it just doesn't feel like it's sitting right. It could be the mechanism. Wow, look at that. Okay. So I got a little switch here that slide it to one position, it will stand. The other position, you'll be able to walk. So there I was trying to find comic books and magazines, ones that I have been looking for ages. And of course, when I store stuff, I apparently have stored things where I cannot find stuff. It's like when you think, okay, I'll put something away for safekeeping, and you forget where you put stuff. Hello, DJ Ronnie G. Thanks for popping in. How's everybody doing tonight? How's everybody's day going? So there I was looking for comic books because I know I have some mystery comic books that have disappeared. I have absolutely no idea where some of my collection is. But of course, as I'm turning my house upside down, so to speak, I'm finding everything else except what I'm looking for, which I know probably sometime in a month from now, I'll probably end up finding what I'm looking for, but it's just I want to find stuff now. DJ Ronnie G says, tomorrow is your Friday. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, nice walker. Thank you. I think it is intact. It's gotten a nice layer of dust here. Dust and some cobwebs that are being transferred to my desk mat here. Oh, wow. Are you talking the one for the Atari 2600? That is crazy. I watched a little bit of that documentary on the ET cartridge where they just took all of the unsold cartridges and buried them in a landfill. That was something. I'm going to have to make the time to go back and rewatch that documentary from the beginning. Melted Copper, hello. The chicken walker that used to be in the Cobra terrorist. Yeah, yeah. Back when we were kids and we would play with all our action figures in the backyard and we had our fireworks and we weren't afraid to blow them up, melt them down. We didn't care if decades later they might be collectible. We were having fun with them right then and there. As I'm looking this guy over, I'm thinking I should have grabbed some Q-tips, but oh well. I am not going to be that meticulous about cleaning stuff up. I just wanted to get like the first few layers of dust off of it and the cobwebs off of it. I'm actually surprised the spring mechanisms for the feet still work. And it still has it's kind of wrinkled, but it's still got the decal on it. It's got the decals on the inside, which is mind blowing. Let's see. You can probably see the inside, even the decals there. How about that? It's got some age to it, and plastic always starts turning odd shades of plastic like color. This guy won't. I think it's one point it stayed in place like that, and but it just bloop. Yeah, I guess over the years it won't go. Yellowing is inevitable. Yes. We had those firework parachutes and would launch them up with a board and bat. Poor General was stuck in a tree for 12 years. Yeah, yeah. Until you had to go up and retrieve them or find some way of getting them back down. Can't tell if that's paint or a decal. That looks like a remnant of a decal. That's a remnant of a decal. All right. So the head portion swivels around. Let me catch up with chat here. Yeah, yellowing is inevitable. but the details are very well preserved. Yep. Yeah, it is kind of crazy. I think, or I like to think, I don't know what toys are like today. I haven't really gone to a toy store. It's not like you can just pop down the street and go to your local Toys R Us or your Sears and check out the toy section anymore because those are long gone. I kind of think that if these toys were produced today, the quality of them would be much lower. They would be flimsier. They wouldn't stand up to abuse. Oh, I got some writing here. And of course, I keep forgetting to bring a magnifying glass. 1982 Lucasfilm. It looks like an 82. Yeah, it's an 82. That's like a little separate piece, a little skid plate there. Let's see. Melted Copper says, I heard if you didn't open up your 80s G.I. Joe that the rubber bands eventually rot and they fall apart anyways. Yeah. Yeah, plastic is one thing, but rubber bands are another. They definitely will not last all that long. And then if I move the switch over, yeah. Oop. So I can push it down and I can hear the gears engaging. But that's as far as it goes. I remember how far these legs would travel. Because you got a little button here you can push that will make them yeah, I mean, given how old it is, it's in great shape for its age. It's probably 83 when Jedi came out. They were featured more. Yeah. Yeah, that could be as I'm looking right here. Used to flick the legs up and and they flew. You guess it was the kid, me, making up for not having Cobra trouble bubbles. Okay. Yeah, that's that guy. I'm going to set him aside because now I want to go to this something that's really showing its age. We're going to set this guy down. I'm having to dust this off before I even put it on my desk here. Because this guy, well, I might as well. This guy has really gotten dirty. And I am honestly surprised I still have a little plastic piece. I know I've taken this off before, but now I am afraid to try to remove it. Let's see. You have Donnie DJ Ronnie G says I have the one from the late 90s, the Land Speeder. Yep. This has to be older. This New Hope era toys. It hovers pretty nice. Yeah, that's got little yeah, the lever lets you switch the wheels off and on. Like The little lever still works. Well, kind of. That one didn't retract. Then it retracts. No, front one does not retract. Kenner, Melted Copper saying, Kenner recycled a lot of the Ewok forest, became Robin Hood's forest. Needs a little oil, lithium grease. Yeah, it's springy. It just won't retract. So I don't know if that is like a little gear or something. Push that and the hood pops up. And you got, oh, look at that. Got the little decal in there still. All right. What looks like 76, 78. 76 or 78, one of the two there. Anyway, it is time to take some handy wipes to this guy and see if 78, DJ Ronnie G says. That's cool. I keep telling myself I need to get a magnifying glass by my desk, but I never do that when I do these sorts of streams. Let's see, Melted Copper has more parts intact than my childhood one. My parents must hit one of us, and okay. The one from 97 is designed similarly. Yours is from 97. Gotcha. The Power of the Force era. Yeah, I've seen some of those Power of the Force figures. Yeah, like the jacked up Luke and Han. I was not really impressed by those. Where is Prince Zizor in new Star Wars canon? That I don't know about. Oh. Okay, I don't know if that is. It's got one there and one right there. Okay, that must be a cutout for something. Wow. All the dirt. That's like decades of dirt. You know, the Copper saying Shadows of the Empire was like the universe made movie before they made the prequels. Yeah, yeah. DJ Ronnie G saying you really enjoyed the Shadows of the Empire games. That's cool. Yeah. I mean, Star Wars had so much attached to it before Disney bought it and pretty much decanonized everything, much to the chagrin of us fans. It's like we were once I heard that Disney was buying Star Wars, I thought, okay, well that'll be great. We'll get some really good stuff. They'll look at like Heir of the Empire or something like that. But nope. Nope. They said, oh no, we decided to go our own way. None of that exists anymore. See, DJ Ronnie G saying it pains me to say the PC version has better audio than the N64 version. Yeah, I never got into console gaming. I went from my Atari 2600 right into PCs at that time. I never had a PlayStation or what have you, N64. Let's see. I try cleaning this off. Mel Copper saying, yeah, Disney messed up bringing Thrawn in before the new movies because now he sort of needs to die before Snoke, making it a story going nowhere. Yeah, Lemon Pie. You were the same. You had Atari and then PCs. Yep. Missed out on 64, Golden Eye. Yeah. I can understand people getting into console gaming. For me, my computer, my desktop was so much more versatile. I could use it for work and whatnot, work, school, whatever, and then I could uh, drop in components like change out video cards for gaming. So infinitely more versatile than a standalone console. So yeah, the rear wheels go up and down, but the front wheel doesn't do anything. Front wheel kind of moves a little bit. Wow. DJ Ronnie G, you found a C64 in the trash but didn't feel like plugging it in. That's interesting. An old friend of mine had a Commodore 64 and go over to his house and we'd like mess with it, take turns playing games on it and whatnot. Melted Copper. You remember playing Duke Nukem over the dial up modem before internet was everywhere? Yes. Those were the days, weren't they? Dial up modem, having to wait for your family to stop using the phone or wait for like after 9 p.m. where you could use the phone line and not worry about blocking somebody from having to dial out. And then you listen to the whirring, the bong, 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 all that noise I can't replicate. And if you were lucky, you would get a 33.6 connection. If you're really lucky, you could get a 56K connection. And there was always that guy in the neighborhood who had like his dual 56K modem and an ISD line. Yeah, those days. Yeah, when somebody called you, it kicked you off. I remember Duke Nukem. What I was into at that time was Unreal Tournament. Unreal Tournament Game of the Year edition, 1999. Dual ISDN was a mythical beast to you. Yeah. Oh, and those lucky people on T1 lines. Yeah. There you go. Bringing back memories. Yeah. Warcraft when it was like Super Chess. Yeah. There was Duke Nukem. There was, oh goodness, first person shooters was it way back when. Open this up. I want to carefully go over this paper decal because it is intact. It doesn't look mildewed or anything. I'm actually kind of amazed that is in place. Oh, you can kind of see there. That's neat. Got a little storage compartment. Let's see what else was big at that time. There was uh, Doom, Duke Nukem, Quake. Goodness, Quake was big. Unreal Tournament, Unreal, and then Unreal Tournament was big back then. Ultima Online. I get to the underside here. Got some scratches there. Oh, it's got some carbon scoring. Must have seen some action. Full Throttle. Yes, I remember Full Throttle. Great soundtrack for that game. I bet if I look around, I could probably find either the game or the soundtrack. Oh, I might have the sound. Well, goodness, everything's on the internet nowadays. You can hop over to YouTube and find the soundtrack. I imagine at this point, the game itself is probably like freeware because it's so old. Heretic. I remember Heretic. Heretic. There was Hexen. There was there were ones with giant mechs in them. Good shooting, Ben. This guy kind of cleaned up pretty well. So let's see. Uh-oh. As my headphones get snagged in the ATST, and my ATST has now fallen over. There he goes. ST does look interesting, but I've never played it. I think the Steam version is a remaster. Yeah. There it goes. Okay. C3PO does not want to go in. C3, go in C3. All right, there's C3PO. There is R2. Okay, C3PO, you're going to go here. Let's see. DJ Ronnie G says, actually, yeah, for $14.99, they're selling the remastered version of Full Throttle. The graphics look too clean. Yeah, that's interesting. I remember that years. I imagine if you can go to any used bookstore, like yeah, just about any kind of used resale place that sells old software, you could probably find a copy of Full Throttle from way back then. C3PO and R2. Yep, yep. Yes, yes. My kitty is making her presence known. I remember having some decent GI Joes. They have the elastic band running down the middle too. Yeah. Let's see. I've got old Obi-Wan. Let's see. Obi-Wan, will you sit in there? Kind of. The only thing I don't have is Luke. from that era. So, well, I have Bespin Luke. What? No plastic cape? Yeah, it's odd. I have the Darth Vader with the plastic vinyl cape, but the Obi-Wan does not. All right, so there we go. Uh-oh. C-3PO, you fell off. We're just going to leave you behind. And my kitty cat has decided to wake up and make her presence known. Yeah, there it is. As close as I can recreate it. Yes, my kitty cat is saying, "Why are you talking to yourself when you could be paying attention to me?" All right. So here is Bespin Luke. I'm going to set him aside. Let's see. There's IG-88. As I reach over, I don't know why I have multiples, but sometimes when you're a kid, you get extra stuff and have no idea. There's a stormtrooper. Little Yoda. Yoda with a cloth. His cloth costume, little orange snake, and his utility belt, which is amazing that it is still intact. Hoth Princess Leia. All right. The Han Solo, the Hoth Han Solo, the Hoth Stormtrooper, the Gonk Power Droid. Yes, yes. Disney making IG-11 and not using IG-88. Yeah, I don't understand what Disney's. I don't think Disney even knows what they're doing. They're just making it up as they go along. Yeah. And it's like, there you go, Han. Get used to the cold. And there is the rest of them as I clean out my Darth Vader case because it needs a good cleaning as well. Walrus man. Yep, yep. Used to, you could go to like yard sales or whatnot, neighborhood swap meets, and find just shoe boxes full of toys, and you would get action figures all over the place. Nowadays, people are like snatching them up and holding on to them just out of nostalgia. As Gen Xers age, we're starting to look back more and like it's like, well, let's look back, think back to when things were cool and fun and the culture didn't suck. Let's see. There is okay, this is a reason why Darth Vader's cape stayed on. It is apparently impossible to remove Darth's cape. I'm looking at it, and it's like it's there. Have to lift up part of it to kind of clean underneath. Yeah, it looks like it's over the arms, and there's no way of removing it without taking the arms off, which is kind of interesting to keep it in place. Am I jumping ahead? Where the Jabba gang? Yeah, this is it for me. I do not have anything besides this. I don't have like Jabba the Hutt or any of that. That Vader has a really weak neck. Okay. Yeah, I can tell that. I'm looking at it right now, and it does not feel like his head turns. If it does, I'm thinking I don't want to try it. But already just getting like the first. I have no idea where his lightsaber went. I'm going to have to get like a little toothpick and a red marker and color the toothpick red, then put it in there. I know if I can probably go on like eBay and try to find like replacement parts. Whereas Obi-Wan or Ben has his lightsaber. You got just this little thing under the arm that you push through, and it's like a lightsaber right there. Honestly, it looks more like a walking cane than anything else, but that is pretty solid. Is this okay? That's how it comes out. Yeah, those lightsabers always sucked. They were rather dinky. Now 3D printer guys could, yeah. Like if I had my own 3D printer, I could probably do so much in restoring things. There it is. Oh yeah, just that little bit makes the Darth Vader look so much better. Cleaned them up, made them nice and shiny. Got a nice sheen on the helmet there. If I was really meticulous about this, I would have grabbed some Q-tips, but yeah. DJ Ronnie G, you just ordered a 2-pound bag of assorted Pez refills. That's cool. I need to buy a Pez for my Star Wars Pez dispenser. That's cool. Which one do you have? Which Pez dispenser do you have? I have a Pez dispenser somewhere, but it's not Star Wars related. You got some old ones a year ago. That's cool. Yeah, my inner fat kid would eat the Pez before loading them. Yep. The Leah with the muffin hairdo. Yep. No, that's the one I don't have. Luke with an X-Wing pilot helmet, complete with transparent orange goggles. Oh, nice. Oh, you got them under your desk. Oh, cool. Right on. Yeah, that's the one thing I never really got into collecting was the Pez dispensers. I've seen quite a few toy stores that had a really massive Pez display, but it was always something like the owner's collection they put out for display, but they were never wanting to part with it, like not for sale. Stormtrooper, Chewie, DJ Ronnie G is saying. The Ewok, yeah. And Thor and some other lightning entity. That's cool. Has wings on his head. Let's see. I kind of remember some of the Thor characters, but I'm blanking on the names of them at the moment. What superhero has wings on his head? I am trying to remember. There was one that was an alien, but was able to wield Mjolnir or something. I forget that character's name. I'd have to go and look him up real quick. All right. All right. Ben Kenobi now looks spiffy. It is odd. His cloak came off, whereas Darth Vader is still attached. I guess somewhere along the lines, the cloak just disappeared. Let's see. You got the Boba Fett Pez. That's cool. Fett. Yeah. Very cool. Shocked Disney isn't doing anything with the Ewoks. They had cartoon and two. Well, yeah. But then the way Disney is going, do we want them to mess with any other Star Wars properties? Even the Ewoks. I mean, I'd be fine if they left Star Wars alone. Let's see, catching up on the chat here. Thor, no, that was the cheapest and coolest thing I bought on that weekend. Melted Copper saying Captain America, Beta Ray Bill. Yes, the horse head Thor. That's what I was thinking of. Beta Ray Bill. DJ Ronnie G saying you have two sets of Star Trek Pez dispensers. That's cool, but you never opened them. Those are proper collector's items. Yes, yes. Yeah, clone Boba Fett. Actually, I could do that. I could take one of these guys and paint him to match the Boba Fett from the book of Boba Fett. Probably this guy, since the paint is come off. See, Mo Copper, I gave most of my toys to my nephews to destroy. That's how a toy should. Yes, yes. Like, here you go, kid. This is from the '80s. I've had my fun with it. Now it's your turn. Oh, Fett's getting a good clean here. It's odd over time how some of the plastic feels kind of like rubber. They kind of have that rubber feel to them instead of that hard plastic. Oh, this has some discoloration on it as well. Yeah, plastic ages. Something you just can't stop. Plastic ages. Like one crazy things I noticed about changing out some of my poly bags in my comic book collection is like some of them last better over the years than others. Even though they're poly bags, they will turn yellow. And see, Melted Copper saying with the two Lukes, you were troop building long before that term was a thing. Yeah, I don't even know where I got duplicates. Like one, my folks bought me, and I guess one might have been some odd trading with the neighborhood kids at the time. Like we were always meet someplace at a park and bring all our Star Wars figures, and that's when you do some trading. Like, well, I'll trade you this for that guy. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. Oh, actually, is it nearby? Is it near my desk? As I look around left and then right. Yes, yes, it is within reach. From the past live stream. Let's see here. Will he fit? Will it go in? There we go. Look at that. Oh, aha. Luke is in his place. All is well in the world. Now I just need to find a replacement canopy off of eBay or someplace. I've got I know I've seen the canopy like months ago when I was clearing out storage, but it has since disappeared. Now, the copper, is that the one with the button that blows it up? Don't know about that. You push down the R2, it makes the wings open up, and then it's got a little switch here that they're supposed to make them lock in place, but I think the mechanism doesn't work anymore. Or at least it's smarter than I am, and I haven't figured out how to make the wings stay open. But there is the battery compartment. It looks pretty clean. Later on, I may throw some, it looks like AA batteries in there and see if anything happens. But yeah, there we go, right there. Plus, it has the landing gear. I'm going to set him back to the side. There we go. Okay. Where was I? That was one Luke. Now to the other X-wing Luke. Now the Copper saying the Marvel Secret Wars line was pretty tight. That's cool. I've seen some of those, but I've never had the opportunity to pick any of them up. I'd have to find I don't know where there's a good discount toy store in my part of Texas. I think I'd have to drive like 3 or 4 hours to get to uh, someplace I keep hearing people talk about, Ollie's or something out of. Well, they come out of Louisiana, I believe, but there are at least one or two in Texas that have like discount toys and such. Copper saying, well, nowadays you might as well grab the Marvel's Legends now. Yeah, that's true. Depending on how cheaply I can acquire them, that's the thing. And here I am spending my money on silly stuff like bills, food, car gas. I could be buying important stuff like toys and comic books. Let's see. The Gonk droid, he looks pretty clean. Okay, yeah, it's got some stickers on it. It's got some paint. Let's see, I've been going on about a little over an hour. I want to thank you all for joining me tonight. This has been very cool. Talking about the good old days with dial-up computer access. Man, it was dial-up computer access. It was for me, I would get home from my dead-end tech job at the time, make supper, relax a bit, turn on the TV, and watch this network called ZD TV. They were a network all about computers and internet and all that at that time in the mid 90s to late 90s. They changed their name from ZD TV to Tech TV. Then, unfortunately, they were bought out by Comcast, merged with G4, became G4 Tech TV, and then just or G4. And then they kind of died after that. I was kind of sad about that because Tech TV, if you were into computers at that time and technology, you're probably well aware of ZD TV, Tech TV. I mean, that was it for me. They had their Tech TV shows like the Screensavers or Call for Help with Leo Laporte. And then they would have some other programs like some anime late at night. They would show Max Headroom on rotation off and on. Let's see, Melted Copper saying the era of cable TV, 40 channels and wave. Oh, yes, yes. Yeah, back when you had the that form of copyright protection or whatever. TNT Monster Vision with Joe Bob Briggs. Yep, I remember that. That was also the era of Sci-Fi Channel before it became Sci-Fi, and long before they started showing wrestling. Yeah, they kind of everything started sucking around 2000, 2001. I don't know what it was, but things were great in the 80s and most of the 90s. There is Bosk all cleaned up. I don't know. He's looking a little green. Bad joke. At midnight, MASH would play, and then it was 1900 ads. Yeah, I kind of remember some of those. I mean, televised entertainment's come a long way from the 70s and 80s, whether good or bad. I kind of think things were better 70s and 80s back when you didn't have 24-hour TV. Back when TV stations would play till like midnight, maybe 1 a.m., and then it would be like the national anthem and then color bars or static, and that was it. But now it's like 24-hour entertainment, 24-hour news, round the clock, this, that, and the other thing, information overload, enough to keep you wrapped up in what was it called? FOMO, fear of missing out. Like, we didn't have FOMO in the 70s and 80s. It's like when the TV went dark, we went to bed. Or it was like the PBS is like some stuff come on, and then 10:30 there was Doctor Who. There was Mystery with Vincent Price. Why isn't Bosk in The Mandalorian with Forlom and Zuckus? And you know, I have no idea. That's a very good question. Why can't we get the good stuff from Disney? Disney's not going to give us what we want. I've given up on Disney Star Wars. I'll get a quick drink of tea there. Now it's like what is it they sometimes say? You don't give fans what they want. You tell them what they want. Let's see, Melted Copper saying the colored bars and the sound. Yep. Infomercials at 1 a.m. Yeah. That and then what was it? Shopping Network. There was like CNN was like the first 24-hour news channel. Shopping Network. This, that, and the other thing. Yeah, yeah. Cable went away. Well, it was a battle between satellite and cable. Oh, you forgot about the Psychic Network. Yes. Yeah, I never watched any of that. I was pretty good going between ZD TV, Tech TV, and Sci-Fi Channel at the time. Maybe some other networks, but yeah. And of course, I want to say 84, 85 was Fox, the Fox network. For the longest time, we had only three networks. Well, four if you counted PBS, but there was like the ABC, CBS, and NBC. Then it was a big deal when Fox started broadcasting. It was like all of a sudden, ooh, we got four networks. Uh, that's right. Yeah. That's right, Melted Copper. If your family had cable, you could record 6 hours of HBO or just about anything on VHS. If you're a non cable friends, yep. The early days of sharing, like, oh, here's this cool movie off of HBO, or like, here's this really cool TV series, or you would like tape all of original Star Trek TOS when some station would have a marathon of it. Then all the countless movies and other TV shows that people would keep up with. Let's see, IG88. Can't tell if that is plastic or a little crack. Now that's just plastic discoloration, maybe a little bit of paint there. DJ Ronnie G, that's how you started watching TOS. Yeah, from recorded marathons. That's cool. That's how I got into Doctor Who. Back when PBS would have their fundraising drives and they would have like a all weekend long marathon of Doctor Who, and I would find myself glued to the TV like, "Oh my goodness, this is great." That was the Tom Baker era of Doctor Who. Tom Baker is my doctor. Yeah, there you go. An original IG-88. The head does swivel, but I am not going to swivel it too much because it feels weird. The toys feel have this harder plastic, but these toys have this plastic that feels, I don't know, kind of like not plastic, but not rubber either. There's something kind of strange about that. Yeah, DJ Ronnie G says, you know about the TARDIS and the garbage cans, the Daleks. The IG-88 still scares the crap out of you. Yep. It was good seeing an IG robot at least in The Mandalorian. I mean, they did a really good job of showing how lethal those droids could be. If I've seen one of those walk up on me, yeah. Forget about Ed 209 from RoboCop. It's IG-88 or any IG assassin droid. Fox would have the superhero power hour and rerun Adam West, Batman 70s, Spider Man, Doctor Strange, and see through shield biker helmet captain. Yes, I remember those. Those were great. Yeah, that motorcycle helmeted Captain America with his shield on the handlebars. Their version of Thor at that time. There we go. This is some dingy. Uh, that's cool right there. Time for Hoth Han Solo. That was pretty cool TV watch. Yes. The 80s were a fantastic decade. I mean, it's no wonder there's so many people going on about 80s nostalgia when there was just entertainment was rocking in the 80s. Daredevil and Kingpin pop up in the Trial of the Incredible Hulk. Yep, I remember that. Way back when. The Marvel or the 80s show? Okay, I remember the Incredible Hulk TV show, and then I remember the movies as well. It has been ages, so I don't remember that bit. Kingpin has hair and flies off at the end. Yeah. Death of the Incredible Hulk as he falls out of a plane and dies. Yeah, it has been ages. I'm gonna have to go back and kind of rewatch those and check them out. Well, of course, nowadays everything's on YouTube. I mean, I could go to YouTube right now and look up anything and probably find it from 60s, 70s, 80s on because people are probably able to upload a lot of stuff still on YouTube left and right. Well, that is before YouTube decides to cut down on fan uploads. But then there are so many other video sharing services like Odyssey or Rumble. Okay. The paint on these. It's either paint or it is, it's probably like baked into the plastic. I'm really surprised at how well these figures hold up over the years. Come on, camera, focus. It's Han. Focus, focus. Nope, not going to focus. Oh well. Why do I have two C3POs? Yeah, Rumble seems way more popular than Odyssey, and Twitter X is still new to streaming. I remember a year ago, everybody was talking about Odyssey, like, oh, it's the next big thing. Everybody's let's go over to Odyssey. It's the newest kid on the block. It's better than sliced bread, that sort of thing. Now it's Rumble. So something has happened to Odyssey for it to fall out of favor with everybody. There is the 3PO, well, one of them. Time for a new handy wipe. Yeah, Rumble seems to be the streaming platform people are pushing. I have some experience with BitChute. There are a lot of legit bad comments there. Yeah. I wouldn't go to BitChute. It just doesn't seem all that great. Well, I've looked at BitChute and I was like, okay, I can't figure this out. I'm not going to waste any time on BitChute. You used to upload some stuff you recorded off of public access. That place is sketchy. The search feature sucks. Yeah. You're talking about BitChute. I can believe it. The few times I looked at it, it's like this is not impressive. All right. For some reason, this guy has some green paint on him. They both look the same. Both say 1977, but for some reason, maybe this is one I bought, and this is one I might have gotten from a neighborhood friend at the time because it looks like somebody might have taken some markers and tried painting C3PO. He's got a little bit of green right there. That's kind of odd. YouTube, Melted Copper saying YouTube can get rowdy. Here in this Australian guy's channel, they got zero filter over there. I come here talking like a sailor. Yeah. Melted Copper, is there a C3PO that comes apart? If there is, I haven't seen it. There probably is. I mean, for a movie tie-in, I wouldn't doubt it. Because when you talk about merchandising and capitalizing off of movie tie-ins, there's going to be figures for that sort of thing. Like, oh no, C3PO's come apart. We've got to make a figure for that. And then give him a little backpack that we can hang off of Chewbacca as he's carrying C3PO around like oh no. That sort of thing. DJ Ryan G saying you went through a wild stream some weeks ago with an Australian dude. That's cool. The guys are mad funny though, and I've actually okay. Power of the Force toys had spoilers like there was Have to Maul. Yeah. And a Django whose head comes off. Yeah. Like whoopsie, spoilers. Like this character doesn't last very long. Oops. It was chaotic. I can believe that. Let's see. Yoda. Now, Yoda is pretty clean. Plus, that is real cloth. It's fraying a little bit right there, so I am not going to do much with it because I'm afraid it will start fraying. But, Yoda, plastic snake, little utility belt, and cloth costuming. That is weird. Did I ever get a box with the wrong colored lightsaber in it? I don't recall if I did. Later toys struggled on the capes for like a bit, and they were hard plastic brick capes. Yeah. They usually had only ever had the red lightsaber on Sith or bad guy figurine boxes, which is kind of odd because here's Ben Kenobi, Obi-Wan with a orange lightsaber. So I don't understand that. I don't know if Obi-Wan came like this or if at some point in the 70s, 80s, I took his lightsaber out and put in somebody else's. It's easy to do because it's not strong plastic. You can easily pull this out and remove it entirely. It is kind of weird. But then again, his costume kind of looks like his cape or cloak is molded into the figure itself. Like he doesn't have a separate cloak. So there's his little hood right there on the back. And then the cloak comes down along his legs right there and right there. So, unlike Darth Vader, that is much more impressive, Obi-Wan is kind of molded in. It's kind of weird looking. DJ Ronnie G saying, yeah, the robe looks okay though. Yep. But looks a bit skinny. Yeah. Darth Vader has a proper chest. Yep. And he's still a bit dirty. I might get some Q-tips and kind of touch that up later on. Because he is still, unless that is just, I don't know, baked into the plastic with age. The 80s weren't as bad as modern people treating toys as fine art, nitpicking every detail. Yeah, that's right. I mean, uh, 70s, 80s, we're getting these action figures from our parents for like birthdays and Christmas, whatnot. We would rip the packaging apart, throw it away, uh, throw the figures all over the place. We didn't care about collecting them. We wanted to play with them. Ooh, stormtrooper, stormtrooper. Ah, can I reach it? Can I reach it? Ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Here we go. Let's see. I'm gonna set them down right there. Like, yeah, nobody really thought about buying two of everything, keeping one in a package to have pristine, and then having the other one out to play with and whatnot. Let's see. These are always hard to open up, but I know. Oh, aha. Let's see. DJ Ronnie G saying, well, you have two Trek Pez boxes Oh, that's cool. I like toy collectors. They are crazy. We took one down and dusted it a bit. We got to dust the rest tomorrow. Yeah. All right, Stormtrooper. There you go. All right. Stormtrooper is now in his TIE fighter, which you can't see because, well, you kind of can. Yeah, there it is. You can kind of see that. Stormtrooper and his TIE fighter, even though it's probably not the proper figure for a TIE fighter. But oh well, made him fit. That's another thing I'm going to have to look on eBay for is a replacement battery compartment lid. And to see if that guy powers up and does something. Off to the side there. All right, so Luke is kind of clean. Who was next? All right, where's chat? Aside from the dust, they are fairly fresh. I want to keep up with everybody in chat, see where you guys are. Let's see. Had one down just okay. Yep. 2 sets and the original boxes from 1 year apart. Oh, that's cool. Aside from dust, they're fairly fresh. Yeah. Had that. The TIE fighter. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. I can understand that. No, anything that's got a original label to it that actually has the labeling on it, I wouldn't want to open up either. I'd want to keep those intact. They are cool, DJ Ronnie says. If they're open up, I'd fly the Enterprise around. Yeah. Melt Copper saying I would suggest to collect old coins as money holds value and old money has copper. Yes. Yeah, anything before, I believe it was 1964, before the silver content was removed. And even the pennies up to a point were all copper, but now they're copper clad zinc. Let's see, even the Enterprise is a dispenser. Oh, that's cool. Ha. See, they do make the TIE pilot in that line. Yeah, there's probably a 1970s TIE fighter pilot. I just didn't have them. I just thought, well, that seems like a proper place for a stormtrooper to go, maybe. There's an ATT driver next to Hoth Han. Oh yes. This guy right here, because I have the full size AT-AT as well. It's just I would show it, but it would like take up my desk here, and it's up on a high shelf as well. It'd be hard for me to get to. TIE pilot, indeed. Yep. Imperial engineer. Okay. Ah, hello, Mikey. Yes. There I was going through some old boxes and found some old stuff. I wanted to get the first few layers of dust off of. Yeah. It happens to us Gen Xers. We look at all the stuff we used to have or kind of managed to hold on to over the years. What is this? Do you know they make Jaeger poured silver? I didn't know that. Okay. Huh. That's interesting. That could be an expensive figurine. Yeah. 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 We mourn the loss. Well, as I was saying earlier, depending on which neighborhood you're in, you might be able to go to like a yard sale and luck out and find somebody selling off some of their old toys, or go to like a resale shop, a Goodwill, or a charity resale type shop. Sometimes they do sell, take in and sell older toys. Now the copper saying Generation X was an XMSB TV movie with, oh yes, yes, that Generation X. Yeah, I remember that vaguely. I want to say there was like a TV movie and then a series for that show as well. But yeah, I think I watched through through it once, and that was it. That I don't even remember that much about it. See, is that Greedo? It could be the one that I'm cleaning off right now. Trying to take. I don't think it's Greedo. I think it's some other character. Tooth or something as the box. That's Walrus Man. Yeah, that is such a weird. The plastic feels kind of tacky. It is so odd. Snaggletooth was a short guy. Yeah. All right. I'm going to clean the Darth Vader case later off stream. I'm not going to bore you guys with that. Been going on 1 hour and 45 minutes. I want to thank you guys for hanging out. I'm going to let's see. I got some other things I want to share with you all. What am I doing? What am I doing? I am looking around my crowded desk trying to find some place to store everything safely as I move right along here. These will go. Where can I put these? Oh, over here. As my computer desk and surrounding area is chaotic at the moment. Making room, making room, making room. Oh, oh, what's this? Aha, Padawannabe. Hello. My Darth Vader figure case is full of clones. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Oh, yes. You have to take off. That's cool. Well, I'll finish up here in probably another 20, 30 minutes or so, and uh, feel free to catch the rest later on. But I understand. Thanks for hanging out. It's very cool to see you here. Have a great evening. Yeah, who didn't have the Vader head case? I think there was the Vader one, and I want to say there was a C3PO, but I mean, let's face it, Vader was much cooler than C3PO. Yeah, the Yoda looks awesome. It is pretty awesome. I'm really surprised. That is cloth. His little cloak is cloth. I'm surprised it has stood up over the test of time. Let's see. Yep. Take care. Good night, DJ Ronnie G. Have a good night. This is a fun one. Thank you. Yes. So as I make room for the other stuff I want to clean up here. As I cough and hack up off microphone so I don't blow out anybody's ears, I have, let's see, Micro Machines Babylon 5 sets. Oh, Mikey says, was that the blue droid that get his feet burned? No, that was I mean, this guy was a medical droid off of Empire, if I recall right. And then this guy is a power droid. Well, I guess it could have. I guess it was, wasn't it? Because this was the power droid that walked around the Death Star going bonk, bonk. But yeah, I guess it was a similar droid in Return of the Jedi that got oddly tortured for androids. But yeah. Yeah, that's right. It's where it was. Yep, yep. Yeah, yeah, that was him. And the torture droid had a figure as well. Yep. All right. So what I have here are an incomplete set. I never got around to finishing this set of Babylon 5 Micro Machines. Number 1, number 5, and set number 6. But someday I'm going to hop onto eBay and complete the collection. But for now, I'm just kind of getting the dust off of them carefully. I bought these from a comic book store ages ago. You got to talk super fast if you're doing Micro Machine. Yeah, that guy. Yeah, I can't do that. Yeah, I'm not even going to attempt to do that. Not after a full day. These were Galoob. I'm looking for a date on them, but I am not seeing a date. Oh, here we go. 1995 Warner Brothers, Micro Machines, and Galoob. There were 6 collections of the Babylon 5 sets. Yeah, I am never going to open these boxes. I have seen these little ship figures loose, but I am never going to open these up. This is set number 6. So set number 6 has the Marie Celeste, Earth Force One, and then the Narn Heavy Dreadnought. The series is officially 30 years old. Yeah. One of the best, well, in my opinion, one of the best sci-fi series ever put on TV. I mean, yes, there's Star Trek, TOS, but if I were to make a dividing line between old sci-fi and more recent sci-fi, I would probably look at, say, things that happened before 1990 and things that happened after 1990. That seems like a good dividing line for me. And this guy has unfortunately become crushed. I don't know how that happened. If I were to say from 1990 on, then this was Babylon 5 was one of the best. If I were to say 1990 and earlier, then of course you gotta say Star Trek TOS was one of the best. If I want, well, goodness, that has come apart on its own. See that? I guess that has like come unglued or whatever. This is set number 5. Set number 5 has Earth Alliance atmospheric shuttle, Narn heavy cruiser, and then a Satari passenger ship. I'm cautiously waiting, cautiously optimistic for Straczynski's new Babylon 5 reboot, remake. Hoping he does a good job with it. I've read quite a bit about it. Oh no, yikes. Set number 5 needs to be affixed. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure how to go about fixing the plastic. The little figures on the inside are nice, but it has become unglued. Maybe if I can reach up there later on and try pushing the plastic back in shape. As I get rid of some of these cobwebs, because woof. Yeah, most of the actors are gone, unfortunately. I mean, talk about a show that was well cast. I couldn't imagine anybody else nowadays taking those roles than the ones that they had cast for him. I couldn't imagine anybody being cast for Jakar. I couldn't imagine anybody else being cast for Londo. Anybody else being cast for Michael Garibaldi or Sinclair or Sheridan. It was like the perfect combination of right characters, right time, right creator. I mean, it's you think of great entertainment we've had over the past 40, 50, 60 years. Like George Lucas gave us Star Wars, Gene Roddenberry gave us Star Trek, J. Michael Straczynski gave us Babylon 5. And then another excellent show I got to mention, Farscape. I mean, anytime I think of Babylon 5 as one of the best sci-fi TV shows, I'll always think of Farscape as well. That's like 1-2. This is set number 1, Babylon 5 Micro Machines. I got a little crushed right there. I bought these, and of course, I was having packed stuff up because I've moved a couple of times over the decades. Got a little crushed there, but it is still fairly intact. As my hand hits my microphone, they look all right in their box. Yeah. Mikey says Peter Jurassic Lando is one of the few actors still alive from the original B5. Yeah, him and well, there's like a handful. There's Sheridan, Peter Jurassic. There's Talia. I forget all their names, but yeah, there's probably like a half dozen or so still with us. Melted Copper saying, yeah, the actor from the TV show Alien Nation died like a few weeks ago. Yes, I remember that. Don forgot his name, but yeah, he was in a lot of stuff. Let's see. Set number 1 has the green ship, Vorlon transport, and then a smaller Babylon 5 space station. Yes, Bruce Boxleitner. Sheridan. Yeah, I didn't mind. I didn't mind Sinclair. I think Sinclair had an interesting arc. It is unfortunate about the actor who played Sinclair learning about his health problems at the time. It was good that he was able to come back and reprise his role for what was it, season 3, season 4, and give his character a good conclusion. Here's the back of the box so you can see. Yeah, if my camera will focus on it. Come on, camera. Come on. Collection 1, Babylon 5 Space Station, Vorlon Transport, the Green Ship. Set 2, Vorlon Cruiser, Narn Transport, then a Raider ship. Set 3, Centauri Transport, Minbari Cruiser, a Star Fury. That would be a good one to have. Set 4, Minbari Flyer, Narn Fighter, Babylon 5 Cruise Shuttle. Then I have, of course, 5 and 6. So, yeah, someday I'm going to complete this set. I need like sets 2, 3, and 4. Mikey says, yeah, Richard Dean Anderson was also great in his Stargate series. Yeah, I quite enjoyed Stargate SG-1. Atlantis was enjoyable. Even Stargate Universe. I really enjoyed Stargate Universe. It was, I know I can understand where people found it odd, kind of really shift in tone from SG-1 and Atlantis, but I found it still enjoyable. I quite enjoyed the cast in all those shows. You checking out what time it is, how long I've been going on here. Or we may see Richard Dean Anderson come back in a Stargate reboot, remake, or continuation. There has been chatter over the years about a new Stargate series, depending on who owns the franchise now and what they're planning on doing with it. We can only hope that they'll do it justice. I'm going to take these guys inside my side. Let's see. What else do I have here? Okay, I can. This is kind of an unboxing. This is going to end the stream with a unboxing of sorts. Just came across this and remembered it was a gift from a friend of mine a long time ago, and it's like he had multiple of these and he didn't want it, so he just kind of regifted it to me. I have absolutely no idea. I have never opened this because this will be first time opening this. This is Lord of the Rings, The Confrontation, a complete board game for 2 players. Board game of J.R.R. Tolkien's Lord of the Rings. Yeah, Mikey's saying that would be awesome if there was a Stargate continuation. All right, so I have no idea what this is, what it's going to be like, but I will unbox this and share it with everyone before I conclude the stream for tonight. As the back of the box says, the time has come for the final confrontation between good and evil in Middle-earth. Will the hobbit Frodo and his companions bring the ring to Mount Doom in Mordor, or will they fall to the forces of Lord Sauron and lose Middle-earth to eternal darkness? Only one side can win. The Confrontation is a complete standalone game of strategy, bluffing, and adventure for 2 players, illustrated by acclaimed Tolkien artist John Howe and designed by master game designer Rainer Knizia. The Confrontation is a clever and exciting game experience waiting to be explored. All right, copyright notice is 2001, so this is 23 years old. Oh, and Mikey says you own all the LOTR films as well as the Hobbit ones. That's cool. I've got the Lord of the Rings films, but I don't have any of the Hobbit ones. Open this up. Here it is. First time opening, since this was gifted to me by a friend of mine who didn't want it, didn't care for it, and essentially re-gifted it to me, which is okay. I don't mind free stuff. There's the game board. Game board. Player reference sheet. Which looks like player cards. Yeah, first time opening. Oh, yep. I just started coming out, and we got plastic pieces, and we got a very small card set. Honestly, this does not look exciting. This looks kind of dull. This probably not very thrilling, not very fun, but oh well. Free. It was free. It was given to me. Well, I'm going to end the stream on something fun. What is fun that I can grab within arm's reach? Oh, what is this? Mystery cards. Mystery cards. All right. This is going way back. Fellow Gen Xers, fellow children of the 70s and 80s. If you grew up at that time, you're watching TV back then, you might remember a TV show called Mork and Mindy. Well, of all the things I pulled out of a strange, dusty mystery box of trading cards were these Mork and Mindy trading cards. I'm actually going to set this aside because that's dull and boring. Here's cool and awesome. That was dull and boring. Mork and Mindy. In case you've never seen Mork and Mindy trading cards, they are dated 1978, Paramount Pictures Corporation. This, I can tell, is not a complete set. But talk about Robin Williams on one of his best roles. And of course, the back of the cards have different segments of, I guess, a larger picture. So when you assembled these, they would make probably a poster. Some have red borders, some have blue. So yeah, it's probably a poster of Robin Williams and the character of Mork. Yep, that's right. Robin Williams, one of the best roles on TV, and he was introduced on an episode of Happy Days, of all things. I can't remember if that was before or after Happy Days quite literally jumped the shark. All right, so 73, 60, 57, 27, 36, 15. Okay, this seems to be an incomplete set. There's the first card. It says, never trust a man with four lips. All you'll get is double talk. So, yeah. One of these days, I keep telling myself, one of these days, I will go through all my card sets that are incomplete and make a list of all the things, all the cards I would need to make complete sets. That way I can have, complete sets. A blast from the past for those of you who are around to watch the TV show and enjoyed it. And these cards, if you ever get any old trading cards from the 70s or 80s, you can always tell that they have some age to them. They're not perfectly white on the backs. The backs, there are regular cardstock, not even fancy cardstock. It's more like plain paper cardstock. But these are neat. These are a blast from my childhood, blast from the past. And a great way to end tonight's live stream, since I've been going on well over 2 hours. I'm about to hit the 2 hour and 12-minute mark. But this has been great. I want to thank you all for joining me tonight. Let me see here. I'll do this. And I'll go down. It's been a long day. I can feel myself dragging already. All right. Scrolling all the way up. Scrolling. There we go. Yes. Hello, Lemon Pie. Very cool. And then DJ Ronnie G. Next was Melted Copper. And then Lemon Pie, DJ Ronnie G, Melted Copper. Who else popped in the chat? As I'm scrolling down, I don't want to forget anyone or skip over anyone. I know there are quite a few people joining me tonight. I want to thank each and every one of you, whether live lurking or you catch me later on a replay. Oh. DJ Ronnie G. You came in, then you hung out a bit, then you had to take off. Thank you for joining us tonight. And then as I continue down the chat, Melted Copper, DJ Ronnie G. I know there are a few others that came in. Ah, yes. Nick Fury starring David Hasselhoff. Yes. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was that movie. Yes. Mikey, there you go. Padawannabe, thank you very much for dropping by. And as I continue on, Mikey. Ah, yes, Melted Copper. Yes. That is crazy. Well, age happens to us all. The years don't stop for anyone. And if you're born in the 70s, you're probably approaching 50 right now. Or if you're not already in your 50s, yes. Time happens for us all. But at least we had an awesome decade to grow up in. I genuinely feel bad for people who did not live through the 80s. At least most of it is now on Blu-ray and DVD sets that everybody can enjoy. And with that, I want to thank each and every one of y'all for joining me tonight as I be perfectly random. That's how my Mondays are shaping up to be. Perfectly random live streams. Nothing really planned. It's just whatever I can bring into the show. Sometimes right before I start, it's like, okay, what can I grab? Ah, there it is. Wow, Mikey. You turned 59 in September. Oh, yes, goodness. You've got a number of years before me. Well, single digit years. Because I describe my age with a 5 as well. You got a little jump on me, but that's cool. Let's see. What will I be doing the rest of the week? The rest of the week will be, tomorrow we'll be on Comic Relief Crusaders afternoon show, his Tuesday show, and I'll also be on his Friday afternoon show as well. Wednesday, I have not decided on a topic for my Wednesday evening live stream. And I think I've got a topic for my Saturday comic book stream, my Saturday afternoon live stream, which has really turned out pretty well so far. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to make a go of a Saturday stream on top of all the other live streaming I do throughout the week, but I've quite enjoyed talking about comic books on Saturday afternoons at 2. I believe I can generate enough content to keep that show going because there's no shortage of comic books and comic book related news articles out there, interesting things to discuss. That's pretty much where I moved anything and everything comic book related to Saturdays. Let's see. I can feel myself starting to drag, so I will end this show right now. I want to thank each and every one of you for joining me tonight. It has been fun chatting with all of you. I do appreciate it. Let's see. Thank you. Yep. Until next time, everyone, go read something you enjoy or watch something you enjoy because life is too short for bad entertainment. Until next time, everyone. Later.